Hi, my name is Eric Marks with FindingMiddleEarth.com, and if you've never seen my videos before, I'm a landscape photographer, and all of my videos are typically reviewing camera gear or teaching you how to use your camera in the field. But today is going to be very different. So, in fact, it's actually the most important video that I've ever created, and I'll tell you why. It's about something very near and dear to my heart. It's about two great friends that my wife and I have, and their names are Joseph and Jenn Wood. And just kind of a quick backstory, Joseph and I used to work together in another lifetime. We used to work together selling Apple products. And then eventually we introduced our wives, and then eventually our wives got pregnant right around the same time. And then we ended up having our kids exactly 1 week apart from each other. So his son, Finn, was born exactly 1 week after my daughter, Scarlett. And so, of course, it's super fun being able to raise our kids together. And it's been awesome. So not long after their son, Finn, was born, he was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. Now, I don't know how much you guys know about cystic fibrosis. I didn't really know anything about it when Joseph first told me. But essentially, just kind of a portion of what it is. Essentially, it makes Finn very susceptible to infections in the lungs and in the whole respiratory system. And it also kind of depletes his immune system. So he has to be very careful about being around people that are sick and germs and just, small things that most of us don't think about on a daily basis can very severely harm him, mainly in his respiratory area. So, of course, it's heartbreaking to hear that kind of news. It was heartbreaking to them. It was heartbreaking to me when I heard it. And the first thing I thought about as a friend, when you hear that, because Finn might as well be my nephew because Joseph is like my brother. So it's when you hear that, you just want to find a way to help. And simple things, can go a long way. And so I tried to think of anything I could do. And then I ended up thinking, no, actually, I didn't think. Joseph ended up telling me that the U.S. government doesn't provide any help or any financial help to parents that have children with cystic fibrosis. So there's no kind of relief fund for the parents to help with medical bills. And obviously, medical expenses with cystic fibrosis can be very expensive because Finn is only 5.5 months old, and he's already on, so many different drugs, and they have to do exercises with him and do things, with his lungs and take him to so many doctor's visits that, the medical expenses can be so tough, and there's no kind of help that our government provides or no relief fund for this. So what I came up with is, since I'm a landscape photographer, I wanted to handpick a set of photos from my portfolio that I've never put for sale ever before. I've never sold in any capacity, print or digital copy, and I wanted to put them up for sale specifically to help and go towards helping with Finn's medical bills and relieving Joseph and Jenn of that burden. I'm sure they have many burdens, but that's just one way I wanted to be able to help. So I'm going to walk you guys through on how to do that on the computer in a second. But I went ahead and ordered a test print because I partner with a print lab in San Francisco. So whenever you place the order, it can be shipped right to your front door or right to your home or your business. And so this is a 12 by 18. This is one of the sizes that I offer. And this is actually one of the photos that is on there as well. It's just this is the luster paper. So it's like kind of a matte finish. And I picked very standard sizes so that it's not hard at all to find frames for them. But yeah, so if you find it in your heart to help out, help their family out and purchase a print, a large portion of the proceeds is going directly to their family to help with Finn's medical bills. And so I promise this isn't asking for free money or anything. You're getting a print just like anyone else would buy a print. The difference is on the back end, the money is just going elsewhere instead of all to me. And also, because this is a special event, since I'm selling them specifically for Finn, I've picked photos that I've never put up for sale before. So I hope you like the options that I have for you. And again, if you find it in your heart to do this and help out, just thank you so much. And if you can't, that's perfectly fine too. There's actually a website that Joseph and Jenn created for Finn's journey. in case you're interested in following his progress. It is finftw.com, which is finforthewin.com, so a catchy little phrase there. And they update articles on there so you can follow his progress. You know, if he has like a doctor's visit for the day and something cool happened, or if they you know, want to write about something to share on his journey. So it's just it's a cool place where you can follow Finn's journey. And I promise you it's very inspiring and encouraging because like I said before, not only is it heartbreaking to hear and see the things that they have to go through, but it's also very inspiring and encouraging at the same time because they're wonderful parents, they're wonderful people. They've done so well just adapting this, you know, surprise news into their life, and they're awesome. So I really hope you guys can help them out and we can do this all together. So I'm going to take you guys into my computer here just for a second so I can walk you through how to access the print gallery, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that right now. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of this for a second and pull up your internet browser and just type in my website, which is findingmiddleearth.com. And when that loads up, just start scrolling down and you'll see this menu up here start to appear. And right up here in this little box, you'll see prints for Finn. Go ahead and click that. And here are just some of the options you can choose for print. And you'll notice some of them are kind of this long panoramic size photo. And so I'll show you what to do with those. So if you click on those, on any photo, you'll have this little buy photos option. So click that. You can buy this photo or you can buy photos from this gallery. So click that. And you have two size options. You can do standard sizes or panoramic. And on these longer ones, you want to choose panoramic so that it doesn't crop in the photo a ton. Because on the standard sizes, it can kind of crop them in and you'll end up getting just a blurry photo. So you want to make sure you pick the panoramic size for the longer ones. And I'll show you what it does if you pick standard. See how it kind of crops away at the photo? So you don't want to do that. But then on the other photos, so like this photo, that's kind of the square type, you can choose buy photos, this photo, and then you can do the standard size, and you can see it doesn't crop out anything at all. But on a couple of photos, so like this one is another kind of panoramic. So if you click on that one and click panoramic, it'll crop just a little bit off the top, but don't worry about that. Don't worry if it crops just a little bit. You just don't want it to crop like half the photo off like this, because then you'll end up getting a blurry print. You don't want it cropped in a bunch. So yeah, this is perfectly fine. I've set up the panoramic size 12 by 24 specifically for these few photos. So the panoramic photos are this one here and then this one down here, and that's it. Those are the only two. The rest of them you can do standard sizes. But before I end the video, I want to go over this photo here. So this one's very, very special to me. This one actually says The Edge of Night is the name of the photo, and then it says dedicated to my late grandfather, Frank Mosley. And so this photo is super special. Let me explain why. About 4 hours after this photo, my grandfather passed away. And all the time as a landscape photographer, you always want that perfect sunset. You're always searching for the perfect clouds, the perfect color in the sky. And it's very hard. You can go your whole life sometimes and never see the perfect sunset where everything comes together at the same time. This night was the perfect sunset, and it was the first one I've ever seen that was just this picture perfect. And it was the night that my grandfather passed away. So I like to think that God opened up the sky in such a special way to take up one of the best men I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, and take him up into heaven and welcome him with a wonderful welcome and leave this beautiful sky behind for us to look at. So this is just a very special photo to me. I just wanted to let you know why. So this one I've never ever put for sale either. I probably never will put it for sale again. I never intended on selling it, but I thought, to myself, my grandfather would never, wouldn't want any other better way for this photo to be sold than to help someone else. So it's just kind of perfect that I get to use this photo to sell to help my friends with their son's medical bill. So I think it's a perfect way to get this photo out into other people's hands. Because at first I didn't really want to sell it. It was more of a sentimental thing. I just wanted it for me because it just meant a lot to me personally. And so anyway, just wanted to give you kind of the backstory on this specific photo, because this is Probably the favorite photo I've ever taken for that reason. It was on the night that my grandfather died. So yes, anyway, so this is where you go to his print gallery here. And if you guys have any other questions, you can fill out a contact form on my website. If you have any questions or any trouble with this, but it should be a very smooth process. You just choose your size and it gets shipped right to your front door. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to Finn's story, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Take care.